So what are we doing? eClear is an enablement company for text technology and cross-border commerce. We are helping large marketplaces from all over the world to sell products into Europe or within Europe. The European tech scene is really complex. It is a big challenge for e-commerce merchants and other companies to sell cross-border. So mainly if you want to sell into the European Union or within the European Union, you need to have solutions that are enabling you to ship these goods across borders and automate the taxes. To give you an example, if you go to a German coffee shop and you order a cappuccino that is to go, that's 19% VAT. If you take the coffee out, it's 19%. If you sit down, it's 7%. If you take a latte macchiato and you take it out, it's 7% actually. If you sit down with a latte macchiato, it's also 7%. And if you take soy milk, it's 19%, but nobody cares if you take it out if you sit down. And these kind of rules apply to thousands and hundreds of thousands of products. So what we do, we have created Europe's largest database for customs tariffs and VAT rates, because I found out when I started the company that the European Union has a unified VAT system since 1993, when the European Union was founded, but that never harmonized the different tax taxonomies in the 27 respective European countries, plus UK, plus Switzerland. I give you another example. You are an e-commerce merchant and you want to ship cross-border from Germany to UK. And here you have your buyer, and he is buying 2 pairs of sneakers, one for his son and one for himself. One is size 44 and one is size 28. The 44 size is 20% UK VAT. The 28 size is VAT exempted, no VAT. If you don't know, as a large marketplace, about these rules, then you pay 20% margin on a product that you shouldn't be paying. And that is a substantial loss in margin for e-commerce sellers. So I started the business by creating Europe's only and largest VAT and customs tariff database. And it took us years to build that, because the only thing you can do is to manually go into the 32,000 categories in each country, in each member state. So far, we have adopted the rules, the exemptions, the exceptions, the legal definitions, the court decisions of 30 countries in Europe, times 32,000 categories, times all the exceptions that are applying to these 32,000 individual category lines. And the next step was, thank you, and the next step was that we tried to find out, how can we bring this together with the assortment of a merchant? So here is my customer Bücher.de, which is a large bookstore in Germany, and they have 15 million SKUs, 15 million articles. So you can't do this manually, right? I mean, we have over 180 exceptions for books alone. Children's books and painting books for adults is different than painting books for children, and so forth. And in every country, you have a different VAT rate and different customs rates. So the assignment, we started some 5 years ago to build a deep learning, or machine learning, better said, technology in order to bring together your products and the database that I just described. So eClear is a cross-border customs and VAT automation company for marketplaces, supply chain, and the digital economy. And we are doing this, European-wide. We have 2 main products. One is called Clear Customs, which is a fully end-to-end automated solution to import goods from outside the EU, mainly from China into Europe. And the other is to sell goods within Europe, because the problem occurs that I just explained. If you want to ship products to France, then it's 20%. If it's exempted or reduced, then it's 5.5%. And you need to know these rules. And you need to know whom to pay the taxes in France, right? As of the first parcel you're shipping from Germany to France or from France to Italy, you become tax liable in the country of destination. And you need to register in that country, and you need to have an VAT identification number, and you need to pay taxes, and you get through audits, and you need to do that in French, Italian, or another language. So we have another product that is good for clearing products within the European Union that's called Clear VAT. So the why now question is there is a huge wave of Chinese products coming into Europe. And the new IOSS scheme, which is a new customs scheme, is helping Chinese merchants much more than European merchants, because they are VAT exempted, there is no more import VAT, and there's no more customs if you want to import goods from outside the EU into the European Union. So, as a matter of fact, what was meant to be inhibiting the huge wave of Chinese products into Europe turns out to be a major favorite, because majorly in the favor of Chinese merchants, because the marketplace is doing it all. The only thing that is necessary to be done for Chinese merchants is when the products arrive at Frankfurt Customs, for example, they need to comply with respect to product compliance. So safety regulations, fake products, and all this. But this wave is huge. We just won a contract of 60,000 parcels a day from Temu to process them into Europe, which comes to, some 20 million parcels a year. And we are talking about 2 million parcels a day arriving in Liège, in Frankfurt, in Amsterdam, every day from Temu, TikTok Shop, from Alibaba, and Shein. Only these 4 marketplaces import 2 million parcels a year per day into the European Union. So Clear Customs, our main solution, helps faster sales. We reduce the lead time because we bring it through customs swiftly. It's cash-free for consumers. We call it the end of the doorstep problem. You have probably experienced that when you live in the UK, you ordered something from Europe that you have to pay additionally, which is a pain for merchants, for buyers, and then they send the products back. We provide full landed cost calculation based on our, tax engine methodology, and we are fully integrated. And the key solution within Europe is that we are providing a zero VAT end-to-end automation. So the customer doesn't pay any VAT, our customer, the merchant, doesn't pay any VAT when shipping into France. He is always and everywhere in Europe by installing our software at 0%. So the second USP, besides of the tax engine, is actually that we are able to clear taxes in the country of destination. So we are not only a tax filing company, we are a tax clearing company, because we are doing the actual tax payments and also the tax recollection. So the huge complexity, and it's increasing. I leave that for you. The underlying magic is the tax database that I just explained that contains all the rules, all the exceptions all over Europe. And here is the magic, because the problem is obviously to assign thousands and literally millions of SKUs that a merchant has to that tax database and then provide permanently updated rates. When I started this, I started off with a really wrong assumption. I thought this is a cool product and every small merchant needs it. And it took me a while to understand that this is not a scaling business. You can't scale that because you need to talk to all of these small merchants, and they say, yeah, I need to talk to my tax advisor about it, and it's pointless. The more sales you do, the more cost you create. If you want a scaling business, you need to embed that into marketplaces, large marketplaces, and digital platforms. That require total different setup. So I had to row backwards about 2 years and started all over again, coding a platform that was actually, solid and scalable enough to serve the large marketplaces. eClear is 72 employees. We have raised 45 million in the past. 4 came from the German government for this unique tax engine. And it's a senior team. Most people come, or most executives come from Big Four, and we are so to say, highly institutionalized because, you know, what we do needs a certification in the sense of that tax authorities say, yes, that is legally compliant with us and that's, you know, good to go under audit standards. Thank you.